And welcome back here to Bruce Pulman Park as we have the game. Our next game on here, the women's 37's playing out here, and in commentary box after a great sprint from field number 47. Scott McLeod is coming in here as the assistant coach of the Australian men's 30s.
Yes,
you caught your breath down, buddy? You all good?
My playing days are gone, but tell you what, it's 10-metre sprint's good enough these days. But well, let's get on this game. This will be an exciting game. It's always been pretty tight. We've watched the younger grades where the girls are still developing their game, but at 37 women's, you got some cagey women, and the games have been really, really tight from the previous results. So a little bit more thinking, a little bit more experience I'm expecting in this game.
And again, just on the contingency as a whole, the Australian teams must be really happy where they're at the moment.
Yeah, look, we're a lot happier with the weather after Friday,
yes.
Obviously. They say wet weather brings us close together. Ricky O'Connell, I see out there as our referee today.
2 minutes.
Very experienced campaigner, and he'll be working on a lot of game flow, open up the space for the 37s today.
As Ricky there just going through his last few stretches before the game. So New Zealand team, as we come through the next few games, we've got the women's 37s and men's open men's 40s, and then we've got the all-star mixed game, which will be pretty interesting later on today.
That'll be super exciting. Super exciting to see a mixture of skills and on display. It's pretty hot out there. It looks like it's 21 degrees now. It feels like 35 at the moment. Beautiful, beautiful day here at Bruce Pulman Park.
And even in the game that you've been involved in, that wind is starting to become a little bit more prominent.
Yeah, very prominent in the kicking game, and it's going right across the field, so we can see that one team's going to gain a benefit in the first half, and the same benefit will go to the team in the second half. So,
and as we just waiting for the 2 minutes now, I've noticed, and this may be a tactic that Australian teams play or not, but they kick very early in the tackle piece.
Yeah, definitely when the wind's behind your back, we want you running against the wind, you're running out of your red zone, increasing that pressure, and Australia will rely on their line speed, waiting for that error.
And it's more of the wind rather than they can identify whether to sweep it back or not?
100%.
It's certainly a tactic that has worked quite well, especially for the finals that we've been watching here. So as we come to the women's 37s, this will be interesting how they play. Again, they all start off with a hiss and a roar, but then it'll be interesting how they play the long game. So as we come up to the last part of before the start of this match, 3 days, day 3 at 37 plus, it'll be a very good challenge. But then again, the conditioning is something that you've been working on.
Yeah, look, these girls, again, it's just that second phase play. They'll be waiting for that opportunity. They'll set, and as I said, they'll be real cagey about what they do.
There's a kick-off gone as New Zealand's first to receive.
We'll just watch this early line speed from the Aussie girls.
And again, one of the evident things that I've noticed too from both teams is the play the ball and the fine line between the surrender and continue to play as a motion going forward.
Look, the onus one-on-one is for a player to run to that space. So a surrender is pretty easy. You will find them pull up if there's two defenders blocking their path. Avoiding contact, that's not regarded as a surrender.
As Australia there blocked that kick out. Now the position is now to Australia. As they come down, two-man plays, getting good yardage there.
That's a good tag there. They're going to pop off the hip there, and one defender coming up, gain an advantage, but another good tag there by the Tag Blacks.
Australia going back down the short side. Early kick in the piece. Might be blocked. Just seeing what the referee's called there.
And we've got a confused Tag Black there. Accidental offside, it appears, on the rebound there.
There's a referee. Ricky has called that. And so Australia has possession again on the recount.
As you said, an early kick there. They've gone blind. They're just trying to keep them a little bit honest. I don't think they earned enough respect there. The Tag Blacks were pretty congested on the blind, and that's how they got the rebound. That's unlucky on the Tag Blacks as Australia now attack that red zone.
As Australia come down the middle. No, just pulling out. Yeah, and just resetting. Still attacking the same side. Well defended there by New Zealand. Australia still looking down that short side, back in the open. No, nothing there, just waiting. I think this is the front door, back door move. This will be one of their set pieces now.
Oh, it's a drop kick there. It's going to constitute a knock-on. I have noticed New Zealand in their attacking plays are always directed at the box. The Australians seem to not attack their plays. They haven't got set plays that are really predominantly attacking that box. They'll go to score that try and then come to the box. It's not something that we're familiar with, but certainly the Kiwis are.
Yes. And that was, like I mentioned here before, kicking early in the tag set. And also, one of the prominent things are those quick play the balls and attacking down that short side.
Absolutely.
As New Zealand again going down, back down the short side themselves. They wrap around, getting the second touch, nicely defended by Australia. Again down the short side. Well, there might be a contact call there.
Absolutely, a little bit of aggression there, wrapping around the arms. Got tags sideways here. This should. See the young lady there with the tag sideways? No, referee hasn't picked that one yet. So tags need to be straight down, so you get the full length of the tags, the opportunity for the defenders.
She's still on. She's still got them on sideways too. Nicely done. Nice little two-man play.
That's good hands. 6 again. It's good ball movement from the Tag Blacks. Lovely dish. That's real good momentum going into the red zone there from the Tag Blacks. Looking dangerous. Nice spread and shift. Cut out ball. Jag back in. Keeping the Aussies honest. Oh, that's a lovely pass.
Still alive. No. Going back. Tag first. 3 call.
Very enterprising play there.
And it's good. New Zealand starting really well. Unfortunately, like most of the teams have been starting well, it's just that sometimes the Australian sides come back and they need to be as poked before they start playing, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I was just looking there. I've recognised number 1, Megan Burtonshaw for the Tag Blacks. I've been around the game a long time, and she's a very experienced Tag Black.
Australia now trying to exit out from their half. Quick play the ball, still attacking down, accelerating as the reserves or the bench start coming on.
Oh, it's a lovely surge down the blind side again.
Probably tend to look to kick shortly. There it is. Nicely done. Sitting up nicely for...
And a beautiful kick chase return, made the tag.
So now New Zealand need to get that ball down the short side. There's the subs are all coming on, all set up on the right. Still taking down that ruck area. Nicely done. Oh, nice good tag there by Australia. It was the right idea, just well defended there by Australia there. Again, New Zealand seem to be playing a little bit, that first receiver, a little bit deep and a little bit far from the...
Got to be a bit better service there too. Yep. Put that receiver under a lot of pressure there.
And there's one thing I've noticed too, that just the level of skill and passing in the wind has been a lot better from the Australian side than some of the New Zealand players.
Yeah, I think that's due to the amount of tag we can play in Australia.
Yep.
There's a lot more opportunity for tag players. And I think it's been a great opportunity to have the Trans Tasman before next year's World Cup. It's really going to benefit the Tag Blacks.
Yes,
and give them
100%.
an opportunity to set their gauge as to where they are and what work they need to do in the next 12 months.
And especially being over in Australia, it's going to be, an epic World Cup. Oh, there, nice show and go.
Yeah.
And I think that ball is down. So
absolutely.
Let's have a look.
It's a one-pointer.
We'll watch a replay here. Looking one side, nice scoop. Just accelerated, show. Nice big one up and then ball down. And so nicely done by Malika Moreland. Getting high fives from her team. She'll be happy with that.
Yeah, there's no one more dangerous than the ball. 2 defenders, Tag Blacks on the line there, just hesitating.
There's a nice little kick there, bringing it back with some interest. Nicely done.
Good shift,
wow.
Good pop.
Nice return play. Late cut, still alive. Nicely done. Oh, maybe one too many passes.
Well, it looks like the referee was calling some of those Australian players off. He was exhausting some sort of an advantage there, and that must have encouraged. That's a lovely short ball there, but a great tag in return.
Again, we're just talking about that transition passing. Needs to be a little bit better, but that's not too bad. New Zealand still playing on top of.
After all that rain on Friday, the fields are superb out there.
That's right.
There's no slipping, there's no falling over. I haven't seen the fields as good in Bruce Pulman Park for a long, long time.
Yeah, and we've had a very dry summer here in New Zealand. It's dry, not an Australian dry, but certainly for us here in New Zealand. So the rain was actually quite warmly welcomed. And yes, again, just the preparation of the ground here is good as New Zealand down short side, looking to have a go. Maybe those knees are down first.
Yeah, tagging
but
knees.
Still a penalty, no advantage. So
I'll bring it back 10 metres, give us a little bit of space there.
Good opportunity. It's the first time New Zealand been down in the 10-metre line, so they can get one of their nice little set plays here. We bring it back to the middle.
Nice shift. Engage.
No hand on it, so it's still alive.
Good to pull out of that. Still a bit of poor service there. Again, the skill sets from the Tag Blacks. A little wrap around. It's good from dummy half. Tags off. Little tap on there.
I think it came back to the original. I think your tags were off first. So we were on a 3 count.
Nothing doing there.
No, it's sort of caught in halfway house. He didn't want to throw something. Don't throw that ball away. So they've still got 2 to go. Here they go. Opportunity for
a lot of ball going to ground there, lacking a little bit of direction here at the moment.
And it's just sort of been a bit of the theme of most of the New Zealand teams on that transition, just especially on those key passes on attack. And so, just missing out because they have generally some really good plays, but if you get that first pass wrong, it tends to flow on.
Yeah, I think they're failing to engage laterally when they're in that red zone and there's no go forward. They've got to engage the defence laterally, and that takes a different sort of skill set when you're rucking the ball up and trying to get in behind them. There's a good run
done,
here.
Nicely done. Yeah, and nicely covered there from the kick, early kick from Australia, as mentioned before.
See, there's confidence. Again, poor serviceability above the shoulders there. Look, there was lots of rain on Friday. I believe that not enough rain for New Zealand. They're still considering with sunny days for the last 2 days that you could be on water restrictions.
Well, as I mentioned, it's been a very dry summer for us and for New Zealand. So, they might have done a bit of light relief in terms of our water stocks, but still need a bit more rain.
Still good tag weather, though.
Good tag weather. There's Australia now.
There's a little bit of a pirouette. Finally
now
persistence pays.
Into their attack zone. We'll see some nice set play here. Back door, still alive.
Defence holding strong 6 again, though. Late tag in back play there. He signalled 6 again, the referee. Bit of danger here. Oh, great tag.
Australia now. Still got numbers out wide. Take the play. Still looking. Still on down on that right side. No. Guilty. That play on. Backwards. Oh, kick. Kick with not really a lot of room for that ball to bounce back up. So that's well defended there by New Zealand. Yeah,
Tag Blacks looking very, very strong there. Look, we're just over the first half of the first half. It's still only 1-0 and it's anyone's ball game. Just got to see the Tag Blacks hold a little bit more possession, get a little bit better service. It's going to give them greater opportunities in attack. At the moment, probably that skill set from the Australians is just that little bit
little
better.
Bit superior at the moment, but there's nothing in it. As you mentioned, like in our early piece, these two teams have got some really good players in both teams, as you mentioned. Megan, Burton Shaw, that you recognise it's a very experienced tag player over many years. They just need to settle down and get just to string some
there
good
she
places.
is there, Birkinshaw, good vision.
And looking for that cross the bridge pass, but again, just those little 1% skills are just lacking, and that's all that needs to be done just to settle down. There she is again, as you mentioned.
They're still going. She's looking for the penalty, and she'll earn it. Just jagged the defender and boxed her arms around her waist. It's a good skill set if they're really close in your face and you can pull that off. That's a really good restart for them. Tags are back on quickly again. Nice switch. Good hands, good spread. And this is where the strongest part of the Tag Blacks 37's is where they're actually rucking the ball in, turning the Australians in and out and gaining that momentum. And it just tends to stop a little as they get to that red zone.
Just a little bit crossing over each other there. Just need to find their lines. New Zealand. Again, quick play of the ball. Still
working
hands
that
down the short
side.
Yeah, they might be looking close to maybe putting in a kick somewhere shortly.
Oh, she's a little bit too high.
Yeah. And again, I mean, the plays are good, but they're just doing too much static movement rather than coming forward. And so that first movement needs to be forward.
Yep.
Just to hold that defensive line, because Australia coming really, they're putting some really good line speed.
Well, what it does is that if in your first two tags you can actually be more direct, you get that defensive pattern on their heels at least, and it's less offensive, and that way you've got that space. At the moment, the Tag Blacks are jagging back into a defensive pattern that's just sitting and waiting. And of course, the Tag Blacks attacking side are just nobody's in motion. They're just not
that's
gaining
right,
any
no
advantage
motion.
whatsoever.
That's right, and that's why they need to go forward. I think that's maybe a surrender penalty there for New Zealand. So that's a good opportunity for them to go straight into their attack mode. Nicely done, as we just talked about there. Oh, there might be a contact, and it will be one.
And in this circumstance, it's very unfortunate. The contact's been made by the Tag Black, as we can see here. But the person who actually initiated the contact is number 3. She's actually thrown the ball into number 9 Tag Blacks, and she had no other alternative but to continue that motion into a defender who was standing their ground. So it's a fair penalty.
And of course, when you know that you're in the right of way, and so you can wear something and to milk that penalty, as Australia again managed to get through. Now they're playing on top of New Zealand. New Zealand scrambling back in defence, still going,
spin.
And there it is. Both tags are on.
Yeah, great work with the hips there, spinning. It takes a great skill set and good timing, as we can see here. Just jagged in, moved the defender, tags away from the defender. We've got a misgrab there, straightened up, and then the spinning, and beat a further 2 defenders with a great spin, and ball is down and out of reach of the last and final defender. Beat 4 players in there.
4 players, did a lot of work to do.
So Australia 2-0.
It's Erin Pemberton here who scored that. Bit of individual brilliance.
It's great work from Erin there.
A bit of a tap on the back by her teammate, and that was well deserved. And so we got a 2-0 again. Oh, that's come off the play. I'm not sure if she was done on purpose. I'm not sure the call on that. That'll be a play the ball back to Australia.
There's 4 minutes to go. I want to see the Tag Blacks hold the Aussies out here and give time for the Tag Black coach to say, look, we need to complete our sets. 100%. We need to hold the ball.
And just holding their depth and their alignment and running hard onto the ball. That's again, I want to mention to you about this very fine line between the surrender and
the Aussies will want to put them away here. 3-0 at half would really shatter the confidence of the Tag Blacks. Great tag there. Super tag. Working that blind side again. And defence is well covered.
Australia now. Nice little move over the top and well defended. Well forward.
Little bit of anxiety from the Australians there. I thought they were just trying to put them away too early. That's a low percentage pass.
Yeah.
High percentage pass, yep.
And New Zealand now need to look at driving and maybe put a nice
good dish,
deep,
good hands,
deep kick in there. Penalty there.
Offside.
Good start. Need to keep driving. Still a little bit static there. Need players to go at depth, coming hard onto the ball. As they're coming down just over 2.5 minutes. Oh.
Now a lot of confusion there. That's a forward pass.
Forward pass, I think.
Change over.
It was, they got away with it. Maybe our angle was a bit different, but no, that was certainly a forward pass.
Well, it looked like the referee had a decision to make. It's got a bit of time. We're going to miss lazy tag there and straight in the box, and that's the worst result for the Tag Blacks. Two-pointer in the box.
Yes, and I mean, we can put it back actually why that penalty came about. Show in the ball and eyes up and easy little canter into the bonus box for 2 points.
And Marie Coates there, again, another case of show and go. And
so Marie Coates again.
Great work.
Taken there for a 2-pointer, so we're coming into the last, just over a minute there. Nicely, that's the one. Hit the ball nice at pace. But well defended. That's a good tag.
I've got to say the difference between the two teams at this point in time, and you'll find that with a lot of Australian teams, is we talk about taking the time to accept the grind. Just grind away. It'll come. And that patience is a big difference between the two teams.
Yeah. There's, and it's the... I'm not sure if that was a bit uppish, but they still sweep it back. In fact, there's probably a couple of two sweepers. And also, I've also noticed too that New Zealand predominantly play one sweeper back that covers the whole width of the field, whereas Australia seem to have maybe two, the wingers back, if not three sweepers back.
Yep. Yeah, we have a pendulum swing where we've got our winger on an inactive side of the ruck. The other winger will sweep in behind to protect the other winger. So it's like you've got two fullbacks at any point. And, of course, our links slide with our edges and puts a lot of pressure on the defence.
And there's certainly a good understanding there too, and on their roles, in particular with that ball, whether it's going down the far flank or even up in the middle. As Australia again giving some good width again, and here they go.
Last tag, nice kick here. This could be the close of play. 11 seconds to go.
So we're just coming down to the end of the first half. New Zealand probably get the last play of the game. So we come in here. So this is at halftime now as we play off. So Australia up to a commanding 4-0 lead.
And you'd love to be a fly on the wall and hear what the Tag Blacks coaches is going to say here, I think.
And I think those messages are going to be clear. So we'll just break here for halftime and we'll be back shortly.
Just a quick reminder
Thank
to
you.
all players in the field.
Sport. What does it mean to us? For some, it's potential, a promise that we could be better, that the early mornings will be worth it, that we could be champions. For others, it's joy. It feeds our lives, builds our communities. It is our light, our love, our laughter. But sport is also our rock, the thing we come back to, constant, even after the final bout. It's changed, but it never really changes. It's the cup finals, but also the 5:30 game after work. Our people, our culture, our kaupapa. Because no matter what's on the scoreboard, no matter who's in the stands, sport's got your back. And so do we.
Welcome back to Bruce Pulman Park as we watch this coming to the second half of the the women's 37's test match between the Australians and New Zealand, as we've seen in the first half with my co-commentator here, Scott McLeod, and I know Scott McLeod, who's an All Black here too. We call him Stormy, and I thought, it's Stormy here. But no, it's a better looking Scott McLeod, I must say. Yeah,
well, each to his own. Eye of the beholder, but there's no Storm here. It's beautiful weather here at Bruce Pulman Park, and a beautiful result for the Aussies at 4-0. Very, very dominant.
And so, as a coach, as you are an assistant coach of the men's 30s, what type of messaging would you say if you're an Australian coach?
Well, once again, off-air, we were talking about the word the Australians use, and that's just to grind and pursue the grind. And again, the Australians will expect that after the break, there would have been a message put to the Tag Blacks to tidy up a few things, and they would have been aware of that. And I guess the patience that the Australian girls have, they'll wear that storm and wait for that 10-minute mark, and then all of a sudden just wait for the game to open up.
You can see that sort of the ball transition from coast to coast here is very good. Quick play the ball. And I'll probably see, that probably just hit the ground a little bit. So,
well, that's a poor start from the Australian girls there. The coach won't be too happy with that sort of service out of dummy half. Can't expect someone to take that sort of pass on the run, and it was late in the set, so they wanted to take an advantage of a kick downfield. Turn the ball over at that part of the field is good for the Tag Blacks.
And I think you might have said that, but what sort of the key things that you'd like, if there was two or three things that the Tag Blacks need to do in the second half just to get back on in this game?
I think they need to maintain their possession, make sure their service is really, really good so they're not turning over that ball. I think their completion rate would have been lucky to be 50%. If they can tidy that up, then they're going to dominate, I think, in the centre of the field. I'm not sure if this is working at the moment, jagging back blindside all the time. They've had all their momentum come from a spread, and I'd like to see them spread the ball a little bit more in open field and engage the Australians. They're not engaging in blindside at the moment.
Well, here they go again. Nice little play there. It was well defended.
It's well defended, but easily defended by the marker there. There's not much room there. You've got to earn that, and we're jagging back there again.
And we're losing the ball.
And not expecting it.
So Australia a little bit let off the hook there after that sort of missed drop ball early on, and now they can get back in there, turning up the pace and really hitting the line, playing on top of New Zealand. Nicely done. Nicely tagged too, by the way, New Zealand.
And that's done with momentum. That's the difference there. And you'll see that someone from the open side has swept around to give that extra number, whereas the Tag Blacks are jagging back to stagnant players without numbers, just man for man. It's not working. See, there's the sweep again. Puts us immediately from that ruck area, a 3-on-2. And as long as they straighten, it's catch and pass, or they'll slip a kick through, and the kick chase is very strong. Again, a pressure pass there. Australians won't be happy with that.
So New Zealand now trying to get back into this game. Probably going a little bit too deep from the marker. Come up a little bit more, but as they go to the open side, Australia quick to cut it down.
No, that's a nice pass.
Bit late. Late tag. No, tag in there.
Tag made.
Still 4. So there'll be a kick coming in shortly.
They got to go back on the mark. That's better. Even though the tag's made there, they're engaging the defence there. You know,
it's just those little subtle things where Australia just be able to kill momentum, whether just to get in front of them, slow that play the ball down, or just just the delay in holding the tag.
Yeah,
but it's just about momentum killing, really, isn't it? And but here on the flip side, it's just quickly get that ball on mark and get back to playing on top. And then the first couple of steps and the depth and alignment is something that needs to be practiced more.
Absolutely.
There's Australia again coming down through the middle. Nice little fake going down the short side. A little kick in behind space, but sweeper is there. It's well done by New Zealand defended.
Yeah, that's great work there by Amy Burrows. She read that play very well, very safe in behind there. That's the old coach killer.
Just letting themselves down to New Zealand. I think the idea was there, but just the execution of that bridge pass.
Again, as the Tag Blacks coach would have been saying, just ruck the ball up, just charge at them, get them on their heels. Surrender those first 2 tags. Keep a little bit of possession in the pocket and then have a crack.
So I am right. You did surrender. Did they say surrender those 2?
Well,
there's 2 tags.
I'm surrendering the first tags as in not being too creative.
Yes,
let's not be too creative. Let's not put ourselves under any pressure. Certainly not run up and surrender your tag, but
just quick.
But angle to their shoulders, engage the defender to make the tags.
That's better from New Zealand.
It's far more proactive there.
New Zealand there she is.
That's good work. Megan looks good with the ball in her hand. She knows what she's doing. Here's a nice kick.
Check side over to
this kick chase
sweep her back.
And she's there to make the tag. That's great work again from Megan. Very experienced player. And good sportsmanship. Gives the player a pat on the back. Just loves the game, Megan.
Yeah.
Here's a big bust.
Still going. Straight in now, playing on top of New Zealand. Still scrambling back, New Zealand. Quick play the ball in. Now they're on the left side. Well done by New Zealand, just slowing it down a little bit. But here, still numbers out there. Nice pass.
Good hands. Change over. You're looking for some runners there. Show and go. Oh, that's great work.
Great tag.
Yeah, real good work. She caught the Aussie defenders napping there.
There's an injury here. It looks serious. She said no good. Let's see what happened there, but she certainly went straight to the ground. She's not happy, not looking comfortable. As the team is playing. So it's a better start in the second half from New Zealand.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was, that was a real good play. Eyes up footy, saw 4 defenders flat. They were all offside. Puts that little kick in behind them and forced the late tag. The defenders were committed to make that tag, and it was a real productive play there. So they'll get the repeat set of 6 once we can attend to this player. Just, could be more serious than we expected. Looks like they're holding that knee there. I hope there's a bit of concern there.
I'm sure that the medics will be on here shortly as we see Claude walking out with the Trans Tasman trophy.
Claude.
On display, and I think maybe the Australians might have one hand on that at the moment.
I think they'd have probably about 9 fingers at this stage. Look at applause for the player as she's being carried off. I haven't been able to see who the number of the player is. Is it 4?
Number 8.
Number 8. Marie Coates. Well, she's been strong.
Yeah.
Little pop in the ruck area there. Great run. Oh, thought we had the tag there. Keep going. Nice spread. Now this is enterprising.
That's nice. Yep.
Yeah, good shape.
Bodies in motion there. That's good. Oh, tag down.
Tag Black girls looking at each other going, where were you? You should have been there. You had a smile on the face, but it's frustrating. Lovely ball. So go forward, get them on their heels, girls.
That's it.
Good double switch there.
Oh, she's stayed of the wing.
6 again, late tag. So we only provide a 6 again from the late tag. Any other offence?
Oh, through. No.
Any other offence won't constitute 6 again, but it may not be long in our game before they add the 6 again for other infringements to continue that game flow and wear fatigue, because we are a dynamic game and we want to see more attack if we can. And that a little bit of that comes from skill, and sometimes a lot of it comes from fatigue.
And as you know, day 3 in most tournaments, and most of them are tournament play, there's lots of fatigue that come into play.
And having been a referee for a long time, I'll tell you what, a lot comes to the referees as well. They've done a really good job this weekend. I think the refereeing standard all weekend's been absolutely excellent. We've got a dive there. 2 defenders confused, looking at one another. Who's going to make it? That's a real positive start.
And that's a great one. As we just watched the replay, there she is in jersey 20. Just goes, saw the line, W, and this into the air, ball down.
Is that Lorelei Nathan? And please excuse me if it's incorrect, but Lorelei, that's brilliant.
Nathan is happy there. She's a nice little smile on her face, pats on the back from her friends.
Coach will be happy with that. But what she did do was she ran to the space and created indecision with the 2 Aussie defenders, and they're looking at one another going, well, you should have or I should have, and it created confusion. In our game, you need to hit the space.
Yeah. And that was set up nicely done, maybe a couple of sets prior to.
Yeah, absolutely.
They got them on their heels, as you mentioned. Australian again, coming hard back at it. Nice reply.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be happy with that.
See how deep the Aussies are now. It's sort of, they've been given a bit of a wake-up call. I'll take offence to that try, as easy as it was.
Well, that's not good either. Another knee. And I think they just sort of popped out. And
oh, yeah. Got some concern there from the tag black girls that were in the vicinity, that straight away saying, hey, we've got trouble here.
Yeah.
It looked very awkward, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. And she sort of stepped with the left on the wrong side. And so, there, just right there on that right foot.
And she was setting up and sort of did a hop, skip and a jump and put a knee under a lot of pressure there on that right knee.
I think, so this will be another. I think this will be more first aid and the stretcher that'll come over to deal with it, and so hopefully she's not too bad.
And I hate to say it, but with 7 minutes left, the Tag Blacks would appreciate being probably the more dominant team in the second half. They've had a lot more.
That's true.
Completion rates, they'll appreciate the rest. The Aussies would want to get on and get them in behind the ruck area and get them tired. And this is another rest for the Tag Blacks. If they're pretty positive with this, well, we could be looking at a much tighter late 5 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think this will be a lift from players off herself. So I think this will be more the medics, and I think the first aid or St. John's will be down here to deal with it shortly. And just while you're there, and how's the campaign and the trip over from Australia this time round, other than the first day's weather?
Yeah, look, I've been here 40 odd times. I mean, over 30 years of tag and doing Trans Tasmans and Oceanias and so forth. Well, look, we say in Australia, Aussies come here to retire and the Kiwis go there to work and earn a living, So I have lots of Kiwi brothers and sisters, and I'm very familiar with the place and the people, and it's a lifestyle that I greatly love and appreciate.
And the game is growing in your perspective in New Zealand?
Look, I think what has changed, and not only in New Zealand, I think the game overall, when we first started 30 years ago, you had a lot of the league and rugby hybrid players that were coming in. Now, with it being institutionalised and the modules that are in the schools, we've now got generational tag players, not tag players that were coming from league and union.
That's right.
And that's why you're seeing skill sets that are far better and far more improved.
We still got. I still believe we still got a lot more cross coders in New Zealand that play and sort of see it. But I think once it comes, and I'm saying that in an Olympic sport, I think you get more specialised tag play.
Yep, absolutely. Look, there's rumours of we've got the World Cup next year in Australia, and then the further expansion of a World Cup. We had Ireland in the last World Cup, and they're talking maybe Japan. So look, there's no illusions of grandeur and growth. Oh, there's a good chase there.
Timing was perfect there.
Someone needed to yell out and say, "Hey, she's on her way."
Watch the replay here, and the bounce of the tag ball. Just thinking, do I kick it through, pick it up, or another? Oh, that was very close. I think the bounce is sort of.
If she gets a hand on that ball and forces it with any sort of control, that's a spectacular try.
A little late cut there, and then she sort of missed it. But other than that, it was good. And of course, being a demonstration sport for the Olympics, it'll be, big opportunity there as New Zealand come up.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, and you are our brothers and sisters. I think there's been great rivalry. I've got to commend the sportsmanship all weekend. I don't think there's been too many issues, really. I mean, a bit of controlled intensity is always appreciated in the games, and that's why we strive. That's why we have the elite players playing the game. But, again, look at the confidence now in the tag blacks.
I was just about to say that.
The yardage.
The bounce on the step, still alive, still going through the middle.
Oh, there's a falcon there. Bad luck.
Tag first, I think.
No. Is he going to give the tag blacks the ball here? Were they offside because of the falcon?
So he goes through the gap, ball and inside. And I think there was a tag made before that inside pass was gone. Oh no, it wasn't.
Tag blacks ball must have come off a couple of hands, maybe an accidental offside there. It was pretty congested, we couldn't see. This would be really good for the spirit of the girls in the tag blacks if they can put one here. Oh, loose pass straight into the hands of the Australians as they come out of the red zone. Missed opportunity there, but geez, what an enterprising half from the tag blacks.
They've been playing good, lot more positive. And I think there's still another 3 minutes. They can probably get another chance of the ball in hand. A bit of contact there.
Yeah, that's accidental. There was no intent there. But look, the referees, they have the hand forced. From a spectator's point of view, contact is contact. Whether it's accidental or whether it's not, it still constitutes a penalty. If there's equal contact, it's always advantage to attacker, but a penalty has to be constituted. The Australians are frustrated at the moment. They've coughed up the pill then. Now the completion rate is poor for the Australians. I won't be happy with this.
On the first tag, which is...
Look at the confidence here.
Just moving their ball, but they need to move forward, like you said. Get them on their heels. Quick play the ball.
Yeah, that's a good surge.
Good start.
Yeah, we've got a body in motion here.
Long ball, finding hand,
Well, they're playing the clock now, obviously, so they're having a bit of fun, the girls, and look at this. Where was this the first half?
There's New Zealand again. Want to finish strong. They'll get another set and 6.
Yep.
Play on.
I just noticed our friend Willie Talau in the box there.
Yeah. Normally when you see it there, there might be, hopefully no security issues required.
I'd be saying yes, sir. He's a lovely fellow, but geez, I'm not going to compete there.
No. New Zealand there, need to quick play the ball.
Well, I will say it's been an absolute pleasure spending the time with you here. I'm a good friend of Rusty Matua. We did a lot of commentating together in Oceania games, but it's been real good fun having the opportunity to work with you.
And I think, with the next 12 months with the World Cup at hand, I think we'll probably be seeing a lot more each other and these two teams too. And I think that'll be, if anything, it will be a benefit from this will be the New Zealand teams because they'll come back. Yep. They'll be hurt. They won't be happy with what's been produced this weekend, but they'll be a lot better next year.
Look, no doubt. And I mean, it's been a real brave turnaround in this second half. Look, we're possibly, again, Australia's completion rate's been terrible this second half. It's 1-0 to the Tag Blacks. They've got to be real proud of how they've come out this second half.
And that's what pressure does, even to the best teams. You apply that pressure on them and then mistakes will happen. And so you know, that's what they need to continue to do, and remember that second half, especially going into for next year.
We'll see the Aussies, as I said.
Look at that. Look at that ball movement. It's great. That's just confident there. They've got a kick in. That was actually right. Just didn't quite get it on the right part of the foot, but there you go. Still live.
This is terrific tag. Thank you, sir. Well done, the tag Blacks, but Australia 4-1. It's the closing off of the play here. Tag pulled off there early. A little bit of game behind the hooder, and we finish play.
And so that's a game won by Australia 4-1, and so well done, and thanks Stormy for that, and we'll see you in the next game.
Thank you, my friend. Pleasure.
All teams who have just played.
So we're still going. There's still a penalty here. Not too soon. We'll just play out the last play.
Number 1.
And that is it.
You'd think the referee would want the game ended, wouldn't you? He's tried, he's going, when was this game going to end, Ricky? Oh, no, good on you, my friend. All right.
Thanks very much.
Next up at 1:50, round 5, we have on field 1, open men's, field 2, men's 60s, field 3, open women's, field 4, open mixed.